Assalamu alaikum, dear children. Welcome to the English class. Today we are going to learn an interesting poem from your supplementary reader, The Plaint of the Camel, written by Charles E. Carryl. As the title suggests, the poem is a series of complaints that the camel makes. Dear children, can you guess what could be those complaints be like? We know that the camel is such a wonderful animal that human being can use to get milk, meat and carry loads and so on. Despite being so useful, we pay less attention to it. The poor camel. While most of the creatures are praised, pampered or at least tended, the camel is our beast of burden, left to thirst, forage and sleep in the merciless desert. This beautiful comical poem explains some of the complaints that the camel has to make. In this lesson, you are going to enjoy a funny poem written from an animal's point of view. You'll appreciate the style of the poem and you will understand the figures of speech like rhyme, simile, repetition and alliteration. The writer of this poem is Charles Edward Carryl. He was an American author of children's books who was born in New York, and some of his famous works are the children's fantasy novel Davy and the Dolphin and the children's nonsense poem Developing Window Blind. In this poem, Carroll pays a witty tribute to the hard-working camel which lives and works in hot and uncomfortable places like deserts. Now let's move on to the poem The Plaint of the Camel. Candy birds feed on sugar and seed, parrots have crackers to crunch, and as for the poodles, they tell me the noodles have chicken and cream for their lunch, but there is never a question about my digestion. Anything does for me. Cats, you're aware, can repose in a chair. Chickens can roast upon rails. Puppies are able to sleep in a stable, and oysters can slumber in pails. But no one supposes a poor camel does. Any place does for me. In the first stanza, the camel complains about how the other animals are fed by their owners and how careless a camel's owner about its food. In the second stanza, the camel complains about how the owners of the other animals set up resting places to their pets, and the camel has no such place to rest on. It sleeps wherever it wants. Lambs are enclosed where it is never exposed. Coops are constructed for hens. Kittens are treated houses well heated, and pigs are protected by hens. But a camel comes handy wherever it is sandy. Anywhere does for me. People would laugh if you rode a giraffe or mounted the back of an ox. It's nobody's habit to ride on a rabbit or try to bestraddle a fox. But as for a camel, he is ridden by families. Any lord does for me. In the third stanza, the camel complains he has to sleep in sand, whereas the other creatures are well protected in their shelters. In the fourth stanza, the camel complains it is used to carry heavy loads. At the same time, other pets are free from such burdens. A snake is as round as a hole in the ground, and weasels are wavy and sleek, and no alligator could ever be straighter than lizards that live in a creek. But a camel is all lumpy and bumpy and humpy. Any shape does for me. In this last stanza, the camel complains about its shape. When other creatures look good, it looks all bumpy. In short, this poem is a comical complaint from a camel which compares itself to different animals. It tells that candy birds get sugar and seeds to eat, parrots get crackers and poodles have chicken, cream and noodles. Cats rest on chairs, chicken roost on fences, puppies sleep in stables and oysters in buckets. Lambs and sheep are protected in pens. Hens stay in coops, kittens live in warm homes. No one tries to ride giraffes, oxen, rabbits or foxes. But When it comes to the camel, no one seems to care about what it eats, where it stays, or how much load it carries. It also sounds unhappy about its shape. Whereas snakes are round when coiled, weasels look wavy and sleek. An alligator and lizards are straight, the camel does not have a proper shape. It looks lumpy and bumpy. Dear children, do you have these types of complaints in your life? Yes, we all have complaints on different things, but we should not keep bothering about it. We all have our own virtues. Remind yourself you can never be another version but a better version of yourself. Do everything possible, be positive, confident, and gentle in life. Now let's have a look at the figures of speech used in the poem. The first one is rhyme. A rhyme is the repetition of the similar sounding words occurring at the end of the lines in the poem or songs. In each stanza of this poem, the second line rhymes with the fourth. Example, crunch, lunch, rails, pails. A simile is a figure of speech that is used to compare two different things using the words like or as. Example, a snake is as round as a hole in the ground. Other common examples are, our soldiers are as brave as lions. Her cheeks are red like a rose. Alliteration is the repetition of the initial consonant of the neighboring words in a line. The purpose of using alliteration is to make text stand out and direct the reader's attention to a particular section. Examples from the poem are sugar, seed, crackers, crunch, coops, constructed, houses, heated. Repetition is a literary device that repeats the same words or phrases a few times to make an idea clearer and more memorable. Example, does for me. This phrase comes in the last line of each stanza. Here are some home assignments for you. Copy the question and answers, think and answer, and glossary words into your notebook. Supplementary Reader, page number 32. Complete the similes with the names of animals from the poem using words, page number 33. Write a short newspaper report based on the question given in page number 33. The format is given here. Please note that report should not be boxed.